Welcome everybody to episode 213 of the Lookout Podcast. I'm here with Meelz. Well, I am Meelz. I'm disoriented, to be honest with you, from a busy weekend. I'm here with LJ. LJ, what's up?
No, we should switch names.
No, oh, okay, sure.
You be LJ.
I'm here.
I'll be Meelz.
Okay, sure. You want to handle the show too?
Our names are so closely related, anyways.
Of course. That's why we had to make up fake names in order to make this an enjoyable experience.
It really went with the Jamal Jamil thing.
I mean, there's definitely some marketing with that. Definitely some like Ed and Eddie marketing with that.
Yeah. I had a weird dream last night too, that we did this entire episode. One of us attempting to sound like Beavis and the other one attempting to sound like Butthead.
I wish I could. If this was maybe a few hours later, I'd probably have it in me. But currently, I do not.
I would think I would be horrible. Mine would be so bad.
No, it's definitely bad. Also here, 80, what's up?
I'm probably the out of place one. Should be Jay here. Y'all gonna have the whole edit and everything going on.
All right, relax. No, your name is still prevalent. We'll add your J is silent, obviously.
Jadarian.
Yeah, Jadarian, bro. Come on, man. And it fits right in, like everything else. I am here coming off the heels of Anime NYC weekend, which we'll talk about on a future bonus episode as I get to recap all my adventures when solo dolo this year. First year of solo dolo, to be honest with you. It was quite an experience, especially considering I had mostly work to do, which meant I wasn't able to capture as much stuff as I would have, but the experience nonetheless probably incredibly amazing, and I look forward to sharing it with you. Definitely check out it on a future bonus episode. But we are here today to kind of cap off the summer at Kame House. We are closing up shop. We are getting off this island. We are heading back up to the Lookout. Summer memories, great memories from the summer. Have you guys done anything interesting this summer that you would love to share? Or how was your summer? Let's just say that.
My summer was an R&B album. I'll say that for sure.
Okay, all right. Talk about it.
Yeah, no. Summer love, all things. And
okay.
Ups and downs of that. But it was fun. I had a fun summer, though.
Listen, look, we love it. We love it. Any particular R&B album?
Ooh, see, I said that, and I should have thought about an album that
I would have assumed. It
was literally the first thing, because you said, what was your summer? I'm like, dang, how would I describe my summer? I was like, yeah, it was like an R&B album.
P&D, Donnell Jones, Usher.
Just because it actually has the song Summer Love on it. Let's go Future Sex Love Sounds.
Okay, I love that. All right, we getting into it. AD, how was your summer?
It was very southern. I'll say that. Yeah. Shout out to Metro Boomin Futuristic summer. It definitely felt like one of them. Definitely went out to DreamCon. Had some UGK in me. Did a good amount of stuff around here in Atlanta. Just a lot of vibes, a lot of good shit going on. Besides a certain franchise that I will not name. One franchise didn't do so well. One franchise had a great off season, and the other one, and we're about to get into football season, baby. So, hey,
all right. Well, listen, it's y'all. You doing? Atlanta's doing all right. Listen, I've, as someone who's missing basketball, I've been watching a lot more WNBA, and the Atlanta Dream is actually doing pretty well. I'm not sure if you follow that.
Oh yeah, no. Number 2 in the league,
yeah, number 2 in the league. So I have this conversation every day with one of my friends who gets upset because the Atlanta Dream preempts NXT every week on television, and I'm like, listen, they're number 2 in the league. You're gonna have to bite that bullet and watch it at 10 o'clock because they are doing their damn thing. So shout out to Atlanta Dream. Shout out to they usurped the New York Liberty. New York Liberty slipping in the standings because everyone's injured. Defending champions, so who knows how that will end up as we approach the WNBA finals next month. But you got that. You got the Hawks, great offseason, amazing offseason. You fired Landry Fields, which was the best thing you could have done ever. Which I was telling you, I was like, bro, you wasn't even that great of a basketball player. How the hell is he the executive for your team? You fired him, greatest move ever, upgraded your team. You guys are definitely someone who we're looking out in the Eastern Conference, so shout out to that. And yeah, no, and Metro Boomin, great album. Taking over the questionable things that have been done over the summer with other Atlanta artists like Future cutting his hair.
AD, more important to you for football season, college or NFL?
That's tough because I like both for different reasons.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of both, but like, which one? Are you pretty much equally invested on Saturday and Sunday?
I'm probably equally invested.
Okay.
Like, because the thing about, especially when it comes down to like here, I know next week is going to be like Dragon Con, and they also have like a special kickoff bowl that happens at the stadium too. So last year I went to Dragon Con.
Are you going this year?
No. But it was the best of both worlds for me last year because it was like Dragon Con on one side and then like football at the stadium, and it's all downtown. So you just see nerds and just like geeks, like football geeks everywhere. It's just crazy.
Nah, Mercedes-Benz is a really nice stadium.
Yeah.
It was like, got a chance to at least see it up close and whatnot when I was down there.
Listen, look at that. Able to do that. My summer, I went out. I saw a lot of friends, which is cool. Did a lot of things that I never expected to do. Got to go to SummerSlam, which is great. Got to do this Anime NYC, which we'll talk about. But overall, I think a good summer, good weather, good people, good things. I go out every day. My feet hurt. What's more to complain about anything that happened this summer? Except didn't even really get to watch all the anime that dropped this summer, but that will be changing legitimately in like an hour and a half when we finish this podcast. I promise you. I don't know what goes on in my brain of like I cannot watch any other anime but the anime that we're supposed to watch for the show. But that is how it goes. And I just haven't been tuned into anything. I fell off of Dr. Stone. I fell off of Kagura Bachi. I fell off of reading manga. I fell off of Gachi Akuda. I fell off of everything. So I look forward to catching up and really getting into it. And then I saw our good friend LJ. I saw our good friend Kyle of Crunchyroll, who recommended me a lot more anime to tune into. I actually have to hit him up and say, get those names again. All I remember one he said was Real Life. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
I've heard of it. It's not bad.
Okay. So he recommended that and a couple of other things on Crunchyroll for me to watch. So I'm definitely going to tap into those as well. Fully invest myself before the NBA season starts and takes all of my money because it is on several platforms. 80, you got to work around for this. I'm not trying to blow up your spot, but I know you got to work around for this. We got to talk.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We got to talk. There's too many. I can't subscribe to 4 different things for NBA coverage. It's not that deep for me. And I still have League Pass, which is nuts, right? Like, bro, it's crazy. I love League Pass. It makes my life so much easier. I know it's costly, but it makes my life so much easier. Let's see. All right. We got a bit of news this week before we head into Red Ribbon Army and get our Red Ribbon tags on. We need to come up with Red Ribbon tags. We need one of them.
I got a Red Ribbon tattoo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my God. That's absolutely right. Shout out to you.
I want more. It's just a Red Ribbon Army logo, but like maybe I should add more to it.
Maybe. I'm going to keep it buck. They did a lot of great PR and brand revival for the Red Ribbon Army post Dragon Ball, because if you watch Dragon Ball, you'd realize that they're like petty thugs who, various crimes and et cetera, but once you got to the real androids of it all, once you got to the movie of it all, you're like, all right, Red Ribbon Army, I see the vision. In Dragon Ball, I don't know about this. They seem very clumsy, very whack. But we'll get to it. Listen, we're gonna talk about it. Little bit of news: Nike, Yu-Gi-Oh, the collaboration. We got some Nike and Yu-Gi-Oh merch. We also have the release of the Air Max. Which ones? Air Max 95s. Special Jinochi version, the one that he wore in the anime. They are coming out. There are 2 flavors of it.
One Japanese exclusive, so the black and white ones are.
Oh, okay.
Ones are Japanese exclusive, but the navy ones, those are dropping worldwide.
Japan, man, y'all just come on, bro. Everything exclusive over there. But I understand it. How do we feel about the shoes, LJ?
I like them. I think they're cool. And listen, I like the fact that they put the air muscle on the tag. Mm-hmm. Notoriously,
anime shoes are terrible.
They're really bad. Like anime collaborations typically, they suck. I remember the ASIC Naruto ones that came out. I think that's last year. That was pretty dope. There have been a couple other kind of drops that have been like, oh, like those are cool. I don't know if I would actually wear it, but like I would actually wear these.
Anything Dragon Ball is pretty much a bad shoe.
Oh yeah, no, the Dragon Ball Adidas. The best thing about that was the box.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Are you buying all 7 to complete the Shinron box and never wear the shoe?
Yeah, would never wear the shoe. I mean, the Frieza thing, because it's white and purple, it's like, okay, I get the vision on that. But usually every other colorway is not meant for a shoe in Dragon Ball. Like, not meant for shoes for the public to wear for Dragon Ball, because orange and blue, nah, the gold, yeah, it's just bad. There's more than a handful of bad anime shoes, and they exist. But these, these are good because they pretty much, they're supposed to be knockoff Air Maxes, and now they're becoming actual Air Maxes, and it works with me. So shout out to that. We got that.
The merch is actually really cool too. The Nike Destroyer jacket is actually pretty sick.
You know what's crazy? I love the shirts, and legitimately the shirts are just like the monsters with a swoosh on it. And I was like, there's something about that swoosh that makes it cold. Like there's something about that swoosh.
Really the placement. It's the placement of the swoosh.
I was like, there's something with this swoosh that's telling me buy it. Like it's like, oh my God, this goes crazy, low key. Like I was like, the swoosh is getting me. So shout out to the swoosh. Shout out to Nike. It'll be available next month, I believe around September 12th or so. Yep, so, tap in, fight a million niggas if you want the shoe. Wouldn't be me. I'm going for the shirt.
I really want the jacket. I can't lie to you. Do I want to drop that much on the jacket right now? Maybe. Let's see how. Number 12.
I also want that new Travis, the white and blue ones.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta get those for.
Yeah, I've had that on. I've had my eye on that for like a year, so I kind of really do want it, and I have come into. Shout out to Anime NYC. I've come into funds to actually be able to purchase it. And we will leave it at that. Want to also give a shout out, or at least prayers up. Everything send out positive energy to voice actor Mike McFarlane. Been featured on The Lookout before. Voice of Master Roshi, the voice of Baby in Dragon Ball GT, the voice of I forgot what was his voice in One Piece. But amazing voice. He's been going through some tough times. He's had surgery for his brain tumor. He has now kind of announced that unfortunately he is back in the hospital. His tumor was glioblastoma, and it is progressing faster than previously hoped. So he has this GoFundMe, and thank you to Brandon McGinnis and a couple other people, J. Michael Tatum. yeah, it's this GoFundMe, essentially supporting him and helping in funds with hospital costs, especially in this damn country. So please support, Mike McFarlane. He was probably one of our best guests on the show. Incredibly knowledgeable, incredibly cool, incredibly positive, and going through this tough time. And we hope he comes out on the other side much better. But he is said in high spirits. So shout out to that, Mike McFarlane. We thinking about you. Keep pushing, keep moving forward. Let's see. What else do we have here? We are in full Demon Slayer Infinity Castle film mode. I don't know if you've noticed it, but it is coming. And one of the most notable news actually came out that I dropped in actually another group chat. I actually got to pull it up now. That the pre-orders for Demon Slayer is exceeding. In the first 3 days, it exceeded the pre-orders for Superman and the Fantastic Four. So, this is one of the most highly anticipated movies that is coming out this year. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba will also drop September 12th. So get your sneakers, get your movie tickets. I have not got a ticket yet. I may be bugging at this point for not having a ticket. If I want,
I know. I haven't got one either, and I know that attempting to get one now is about to be.
Let's look it up. Let's see. Let me see if it's out. Fandango. They eliminated all the movie theaters in Brooklyn that I care about, by the way. So now I have to go to Manhattan to watch all these movies. There's a keychain bundle that I can get if I order this thing. But definitely, 80. What are your theaters looking like? You got the plug. You got to have a plug. I know.
Hold on, because they got Crunchyroll subscriber early access September 9th.
Yes, that is on the Monday prior to it. So if you have
Tuesday.
Tuesday. If you have a Crunchyroll account at a certain level, like the highest one, I guess, I don't know, or the second highest one.
I did until Crunchyroll randomly. Oh, no, I don't even want to talk about it.
Hey man, if you want to use mine, I ain't seen it on Tuesday. I promise you that. So if you want to try to get it in or you fit in,
nasty work, bro. Nah, they did me dirty, man. They did me dirty. I don't like them for that.
Let's talk to Kyle. Let's see what we can do. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, they're only doing IMAX and Dolby Cinema for the Japanese with English subtitles.
You were going to Japanese it?
I was going to go see it. I wanted to go see it dubbed because I'm probably going to bring Kaya and my little cousin.
Of course. Let's see. The theaters. Oh yeah, I gotta start buying these tickets. They don't look like a lot of. I mean, I'm sure they'll include more times. It's with anime, they're like
they do the English dub in IMAX the next day.
With anime, they'd be like, let's see how this goes, and then they'll add like 70 more times.
I see some. So we got a lot of them on Thursday, not that Friday. So the 11th, we got hella showings, and they look pretty open all across the city.
Okay, all right, you good to go, AD. Get in where you fit in. We're gonna be talking about this movie at some point.
Listen, I'm about to go ahead and hit up the peoples and be like, "Hey, y'all trying to go?"
There's some good showings. I mean, there's still seats here.
I'm not watching this in 4DX. I've had enough of the.
I'm gonna see it in IMAX.
Yeah, I've watched one of My Hero movies in 4DX, and all that chair moving and water spitting at me. Like, nah, I ain't signing up for this. I was like, turn this shit off. I turned it off immediately on the chair. But if you have not gotten your ticket to the new Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, please make sure that you do, because it will be packed. I promise you that. People are going to go see this movie whether they are diehard anime fans or not. It will do numbers in the United States. It's already doing numbers. It sold $10 million in the first 3 days of pre-sale. It took Superman 4 weeks to make $20 million in pre-sale, and it took Fantastic Four 7 weeks to get to that number. So you can already see the demand for this movie in the United States. Get your tickets, get your peoples, get to the theaters, and make sure that you get there. Let's get into the topic of discussion today. What we're here for, Summer Kame House. Quite frankly, very apropos for the closing of this. Dragon Ball Red Ribbon Army arc
Among the shadows rises a new threat, a powerful enemy who will stop at nothing to fulfill their malicious agenda, to acquire the 7 Dragon Balls. But there's another on the trail of the mystical treasures. Alone, Goku must stand up to the challenge and plow through the ranks of the Red Ribbon Army's toughest soldiers in hopes of crushing their sinister plan for total world domination. Watch the battle unfold in the Red Ribbon Army box set, coming soon on home video and DVD.
With that said, we are here to talk. I want to ask you guys this question. Obviously, we talk about Dragon Ball every now and then. What makes Dragon Ball, and maybe I'm wrong, you can also say if you don't actually agree with this, what makes Dragon Ball so easy to watch? Because as many episodes as we had to cover for this, it maybe was the easiest watch that I've had to do all summer. Unless you were LJ who crammed it all at the last minute.
Shout out to me on my 3-day binge, baby.
But what makes it so easy to watch? What makes it such an easy watch? I'll start with you, LJ.
Especially since I crammed it in 3 days. I think what makes it so easy to watch is the fact that it doesn't take itself serious. Like you're kind of really a part of this adventure, right? Like there's some shenanigans in it. There's some playfulness in it. Like it just, the whole, even during this, like, man, like there's a 12-year-old kid fighting an army, like getting shot at. And, during this first, I guess technically we're going to call it a saga. Listen, monkeys are getting set on fire. Like there's some stuff that's happening, but it's also just like really playful and light. And it's just like, okay, this thing is meant to just be enjoyed. Like that's the feeling I got from it. I think that's what made it so easy for me to just be like, oh, okay. Like just to lock in and look up and see like, damn, I just watched like 20 episodes.
Deadass. AD, what about you?
For me, it's like all of that. I agree with LJ, but also I think it's the fact that like you're not following multiple characters like you would in more recent anime. So it's not like multiple protagonists. It's literally just you're following Goku's adventure. So you ain't got to worry about what somebody else is doing over there. Like they may show a little scene of like maybe Yamcha just chilling out in the city or whatever like that for like 30 seconds. And then we're back to Goku. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just Goku's adventure. So I think we just have the leisure and luxury of just seeing whatever Goku got going on and all the shenanigans that he getting into. And the fact that like he's sort of this like fish out of water trying to explore the world when he doesn't really know any better and trying to see like the world through his eyes. I think that's what makes it such an enjoyable experience. Like, okay, you shouldn't be doing that, bro. Like, how do you not know this? And he's like, oh, he's been living in the mountains his whole life. He's learning about stuff for the first time. So just seeing how he interacts with the world for the first time is one of those key details in Dragon Ball I think everybody should enjoy, because I definitely enjoy it.
One of the funniest moments, and there are several funny moments during this arc, is near the closer to the end part where the lady is dressed up as a psychic in order to try to steal the Dragon Balls from Goku. And she says, I believe you have 2 balls upon your possession. And he's like, oh yeah, totally. And he lifts up his shirt and pulls down his pants and essentially shows her his balls. Yamcha's like, I don't think she meant those balls. I think she meant the Dragon Balls. He was like, oh. And I was like, I'm not going to say this is what we were missing, because obviously it's not going to happen in 2025. But, or if it does, it's not on anime I'm going to watch. Not no Gooner anime that I would watch. But it was so funny and just like so like childhood humor. And maybe it is because he's a child that this kind of flies, because it wouldn't really fly with anyone who's like a teenage protagonist. Or
when he pulled up on what's his name? When literally we first start. Nam. He gets on the thing with Nam. He's like, yep, you're a boy. I'm just like
he is very much like, the Goku, like, just doesn't get society, but is making his way through it. And that is what this is. This occurs after the the initial tournament, 21st World Martial Arts Tournament, if you believe in that. Shortly after, he loses the tournament to Jackie Chun. But he's so much stronger. But now his goal is he wants to try to find the 4-star Dragon Ball that he lost. Not lost, but essentially made the wish and it got separated again. He's trying to find a 4-star Dragon Ball that holds the memory of his grandfather, and he's using the Dragon Radar to go find it. So he starts off it essentially like, hey, I need to go fix my Dragon Radar. He goes, he gets it fixed. He flies, but also trying to find the Dragon Balls. We see Emperor Pilaf, who, believe it or not, we've never covered in other than, I guess, Super. We just have never covered any of Pilaf's shenanigans in this entire Lookout era, like at all. Which is interesting because we've never done the first arc of the show, which is, I wouldn't say the worst arc, but
it's introductory. So it's like,
yeah, it's very much like, hey, this is Goku. This is what he was about. I was like, nigga, we know what he's about. We've been watching this nigga for 20 years. But very introductory, very much shenanigans, very much this. This entire Red Ribbon Army arc, for the most part, reminded me of playing a Pokemon game.
Dude, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for saying that. Because I was thinking the same exact thing. Wow. Twins.
I'm glad. But that's what I thought what AD was referencing too. You talking about Team Rocket. I'm like, this reminds me of playing Pokemon Red and Blue and also Gold and Silver. More specifically, when we get to Muscle Tower, the Radio Tower in Goldenrod City.
Yeah.
Like, having to fight your way through every level of it and reaching various bosses and various executives and various persons and da-da-da-da. It reminded me of that. And I wouldn't be surprised if, this comes out a decade earlier, if that game was heavily inspired by the events of this show or the events of a lot of like old anime stuff. It is very cool. Very, very dope. We start off with, let's see. So we're going to get into the 3 different sagas. We're going to get into Red Ribbon Army Saga. Then we're going to go General Blue. And then we're going to go Commander Red. But in terms of the initial one, we've got Colonel Silver, who Goku pretty much like, hey, we want the Dragon Ball. Oh, really? Nah, you're not going to get it. And pretty much defeats him pretty handily. But there's so much stuff that goes on here where not only is the focus was initially the Dragon Ball, but now the focus becomes, we got to kill this kid. It is like the opposite of Home Alone, or the maybe more extreme version of Home Alone. But it's like, once he figures out like, yo, this kid is in my way for getting the Dragon Ball, we got to find this kid. I don't know how many times Goku is shot at this arc.
Or how many actually shot?
Yeah. Actually shot as well. Colonel Silver, any thoughts about the Colonel Silver thing? I mean, it's where it kind of starts. It's this whole, he promising to marry Chi-Chi. He has no idea what a wedding is. But he is going to marry Chi-Chi at some point, but he is met with Colonel Silver. Colonel Silver tries to grab the Dragon Ball, but eventually fails. And then he is taken to Commander Red. And Colonel Silver, I guess, is killed off screen for his inability to get the Dragon Ball. Again, I would love if his hair was silver. It would have been a great mnemonic, thing. Just, it is what it is.
The Red Ribbon Army, though, kind of being the United Nations, because so many accents.
So many accents, but also not enough diversity, to be honest. Dude, one black guy? Come on now.
And the black guy is in a particular role that I don't... raising an eyebrow at Toriyama, bro.
Hey, man, listen.
Well, technically, isn't he the one that trains all the...
I mean, wasn't it always the niggas who trained everybody to make sure? Isn't it you got to be at your job training somebody? You know what I'm saying? We gonna get there. We gonna get there. we gonna get to this black man's plight as we head towards the end of this. Eventually, they get to this village called Jingle Village. And there's this girl named Suno who shows up, and it's like, hey, we learned that the Red Ribbon Army have kidnapped the chief, and he is being held in Muscle Tower. So Goku's like, oh yeah, totally. And it's in like an ice tundra. So now Goku gets his like little Siberian fucking fit. Where he goes up in his thing.
Shout out to the Jokic fit.
Yeah. Jokic, Gochich, you know what I'm saying? He heads to the tower, and there's several, again, this is so much reminded me of Pokemon. Getting the Muscle Tower and having to fight your way up through various levels. He goes up against General White. He's got what's this called? Major Metallitron. Who's a giant fucking robot who almost kills Goku until Goku realizes it's a robot, and then uses a Kamehameha, knocks his head off, and then it's like, oh my god, he does something funny. I forgot what it is. He says something funny after he like kills a robot. I forgot what he says, but it's again incredibly funny. Then he has to go up with Ninja Murasaki, which is very racist in the in the voice acting. Very racist. I'm even potentially racist for doing this. But I'm just imitating his voice, which is very racist.
Can I say that this is?
Go ahead.
I was going to say this is the first manga volume that I ever bought, like when I was a kid. Like this particular part.
Nice.
Because I knew about watching Dragon Ball Z and everything like that, but I saw Dragon Ball on the shelf. I'm like, what is this? And it had Red Ribbon Army on it, and we get to this section of the fights in Muscle Tower. Oh yeah, definitely
amazing. Absolutely. So, we get to this Ninja Murasaki. Hilarious. He does the split technique, but apparently it's not a split technique. It's like summoning his brothers, which is weird. Because I was like, oh, okay. So again, Goku is puts the hands and feet on him, but he then summons Android 8, the first android we see in the series, and he is modeled like Frankenstein, very 80s. Unfortunately, Android 8 hates violence. Again, would be just like his brother 16. So he doesn't actually engage in any of this, but he does help Goku along the way in terms of like going through the Monster Bion and going up against General White. They eventually get to the top where General White is and where the village chief is. Again, so Pokemon. This is where you save the fucking professor or the nigga from Lavender Town or wherever the hell it is. Gets to the top. General White versus Goku. He manages to take advantage of Goku's tail a little bit. Eventually, Goku overpowers him. He's like, "All right, but I'll just let the guy go." So he goes in the thing. We see Dr. Flap. He's like, "Oh, not Dr. Flap, but the village chief rather." And then he was like, "Nah, actually, I was never going to do that." Holds him hostage with a gun to his head. And the village chief is like, "I'm not afraid to die." And Goku's like, "Bet he's not afraid to die." We're gonna go completely after him at this point until the village chief was like, "Oh wait, actually, y'all, you were bugging the fuck out. You seem like very gun ho about this. I was doing this for sympathy, my nigga." So eventually, General White tricks Goku, Tums turn around, that shoots him. So Android 8 gets mad about this and completely I think he throws General White through the window.
Yes.
Yeah, so he throws him through the window. And they get out the tower and then destroy the tower, which is awesome. They just destroy the tower. It's like, all right, we're done with the Red Ribbon Army. Psych. They go to Dr. Flap, who's a scientist in the village, hoping he could fix his dragon radar. It's like, oh, this shit is way too much technology for me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I just live in the woods. We get another thing. Of course, we talked about this. Hosky, the other girl who shows up on behalf of Red Ribbon Army attempting to steal the Dragon Balls and, doesn't steal the Dragon Balls. And then they reunite with Bulma, and that is the end of the Red Ribbon Army saga. We'll now head over to General Blue. What are your thoughts on General Blue before we get into this thing?
This is the meat and potatoes right here.
Yeah.
He, to me, such a weird villain, but also kind of enjoyable, but also like very strange. I love his personality. I love what he brings to the table. He brings a campness, or like something along those lines. It's something about just, he's there. He's good.
He's like a pretty boy, but he's also like,
he's James without Jesse.
So he gets there.
Killer instinct though in him.
I like this arc, but then I also didn't. It dragged a little bit for me, especially in the cave a bit. But they head over to. They try to find another Dragon Ball. Essentially, Bulma and Goku reunite. They try to find another Dragon Ball after they get the Dragon Radar fix, and they realize they need a submarine. Now, in my brain, I'm like, Bulma, Capsule Corp, she can build a submarine. She might have built submarines in the past before. Apparently does not own a submarine. Big L for Bulma in this situation. So they go over to Master Roshi to borrow his submarine, which is hilarious because, again, I think we were talking about it earlier, AD, with the Dragon Ball Kakarot thing. That submarine is how he survives, like
the Android 17 future Trunks onslaught.
Which is never shown in the anime, but it's just like a great workaround in the actual video game of like, yeah, they were hiding out in the submarine the entire time. Shot to the submarine. So they borrow the submarine. Also another just moment where Master Roshi takes Bulma's watch that shrinks her down and tries to do mad gooner shit with it. Just would never fly. But we love Master Roshi.
Yeah, he got what he deserved out of all of that, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout out to toilet water. Got flushed.
All that other shit like that, bro.
Hey,
just
talking about the tour is so funny, bro.
Again, hilarious shit.
Like I said, like this thing is so lighthearted. Like it's just like, now granted, none of this is flying today. But
no, not at all.
It now, it's just like seeing like, bro, he was just in the studio just having fun. Like,
shout out to Mike McFarlane.
The characters and the settings of everything. Like, having bears and tigers in like humanoid form and
right.
Somehow having like this super advanced technology while also having dinosaurs and people living in huts. Like
that's the kind of world I want to live in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they had the Wi-Fi before Wi-Fi was a thing.
Technologically advanced, but also not advanced as a society at all. But maybe we're far too advanced. Maybe everyone is too smart and too advanced for their own good at this point. Krillin joins the team. If you follow this RPG, he joins the team and he also goes down to go find this Dragon Ball. At some point, the Red Ribbon Army get the wind of the location of where their initial Dragon Ball was, so they try to go jump Master Roshi, and Master Roshi puts the hurts on them. Shout to that. Just, Master Roshi action. The underwater hunt to me, it just kind of goes a bit longer than I feel like it should. But LJ, did you enjoy this underwater cave adventure?
Just when they were underwater, when they were out the submarine.
I mean, they're out the submarine, yeah. The entire adventure.
Okay, the entire adventure. Yeah, it was fun because like you get you get the pirate thing, which was cool.
The pirate robot, which is, I forgot how OP this shit was.
Bro, that pirate robot was hard, probably a tougher fight than General Blue. Who is the actual villain in this?
Yeah, because I'm thinking in the again, Dragon Ball Kakarot, you play the game, they get stronger, but you still put the hurts, they're there for you to put the beats on them.
Yeah.
But here, they almost took Goku out, to be honest with you. They were not giving up at all. But continue.
That, then you get the octopus moment.
Octopus, of course.
You get Bulma and General Blue, which is hilarious.
Great stuff, of course. Loves him. General Blue being afraid of a mouse is hilarious.
You said what?
I said General Blue being afraid of a mouse is hilarious. So
yeah, that too.
Him fighting Krillin and Krillin.
Go ahead. Go ahead, AD.
I was gonna say him fighting Krillin and Krillin just like antagonizing, like, you a big sissy. Yeah, like, whoa, brother, hold on.
Hey, man.
That's how you bypass the censors like this? Hold on.
Yeah, you a big sissy, bro. I mean, that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? They head over to Penguin Village. You get the little Raleigh crossover, which if you lived in the 80s, this was fire. Not that it's bad, but
yeah,
we have no concept of a Raleigh and Dr. Slump and any of that now. Shout out to the Dragon Ball Super episode as well. But that was fun. Again, because they played off of that and everything like that. Anyway, failed to get the Dragon Ball. I mean, at this point, it's looking slow for everything. So we move on from the General Blue saga to the Commander Red saga. This is the Dragon Ball I grew up on. This was it. This show, the lore that's explored in this, the things that are introduced, the people that are introduced, everything moving forward from here is like, oh, we were cooking with grease after this one, because after this again comes Tien Shinhan, and then or actually Fortune Teller Baba, and then Tien Shinhan, and then like here is where I feel like they're like, all right, action, like. We were doing the adventure, we had the funny gags and shit, but now it's time for action. So they're looking for another Dragon Ball, and it is at the sacred land of Korin. And as we know, this is the introduction of Korin to the series. They try to follow the Dragon Ball to the camp, but they get beat up by Upa's father, Bora, who put the hurt on them. Listen, Native American action, boy.
Yeah, maybe it's all about diversity. Listen, for our land, protect the land.
I felt like I feel like there should be more Native Americans there. Like, it's just two, but a father and a son.
Let's say he's protecting the pole, bro.
He's protecting the pole. But so the Red Ribbon Army get there. At the same time, General Blue returns to the Red Ribbon Army headquarters. Essentially, he does not have the Dragon Ball, but he meets Mercenary Tao, who they have essentially acquired for this mission. It's like, yo, we need the mission. And we're also, we see Commander Red and I don't even know what is Captain Black. I mean, Black Eye.
A staff officer Black.
Staff officer. Come on. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it when we get to the end of this.
Can I just
Mercenary Tao? Go ahead.
Just the introduction of Mercenary Tao with
I was about to say it.
Go ahead.
No. Go off, bro. Because I'm taking your lead, bro.
Because it's just like it's drastic measures time. I'm tired of all of my people failing. We got to call in the big guns. Call in Mercenary Tao. And he answers the phone. Is like,
I'm Mercenary Tao. And normally there would be 30 million zenny to be able to do this, but we have a special holiday sale. It'll only be
anniversary sale. It's for 20 years. It's just like to celebrate.
15 million instead. And I mean, I love Mercenary Tao. Like, regular Tao, Robot Tao, Dragon Ball Z Tao. They should have put him in Super. If they had recruited him for Universe 7, I wouldn't have been mad either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Mercenary Tao in this series. It said, listen, Commander Blue, if you want to continue with this mission, you're going to have to go up against Mercenary Tao. Mercenary Tao kills him with his tongue. His tongue. I'm not going
to use my hands or feet.
I will never use my hand and my feet. And, kills him with his tongue. A tongue strike to the side of the lobe. And I don't think we ever see Commander... Oh, no, we see him in GT. So he's dead. Like, he's fully dead, yeah.
Yeah.
He comes back with the other dead dudes.
But that's the craziest thing where it's like, we see how much Commander Blue could withstand stuff. Like, he was supposed to drown in that underwater cavern, but he doesn't. Absolutely. He goes through all of these different trials. Like,
his psychic powers ain't work. Imagine that's your big thing, and your psychic powers don't even work on the moon.
Crazy that he just one strike with the tongue.
He should have hit the Naruto method and been like, why don't we just be friends?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's work together.
The nieces didn't work. Out of it, like, all right.
Yeah, you could secretly snipe him later, or wait till Goku snipes him or something and take all the credit. Either way, they're like, he kills General Blue. It was like, we'll arrange a transportation for you to get to the place, sir. That will not be necessary. May I borrow one of your, the beams for this building? He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it hits the bottom of the beam, top of the beam, grabs the entire beam for the building.
Airplane would be too slow.
Yes, an airplane would be far too slow for me to get his. Grabs the entire column, throws it across the sky, and then jumps on it to ride to where he needs to go. God,
that is a flex.
Listen, and he's wearing pink. Come on now. On the back of the shirt, it's at "Kill You."
I need the post with like the Papoose stance with him and like hiking with him, just like all stanced up, flying across the sky, dog. Like,
hilarious. So Mercenary Tao gets over to the Korin.
Horror farmer, man.
Big time. Oh, one of the first. You know what I'm saying? He gets there. And he challenges Goku. And Goku's like, listen, you will not take this Dragon Ball. You will not take this land. You will not take anything. The father tries to get in and he gets fucking murked, unfortunately. Bora gets with his own spear. Nigga just throws him up in the air, which is nuts. Grown man sent flying in the air. Your son is there watching you. Crazy. Couldn't be me. Would have told the son get out of there if I knew I was going to die like that. Couldn't die like that in front of my boy. Throws him in the air, spear through the chest. He's dead.
Skewered my man.
Yeah, completely skewered. Nuts. Would have been, crying on the spot. Goku's like, you can't do that. You can't do that to him. So he starts to fight Mercenary Tao. And, he's like, he's doing all right. But Mercenary Tao is too, real for him. So he goes for the Kamehameha wave Goku. And the only thing he ruins is Mercenary Tao's fit. Which he's like, God damn it, I ruined my clothes.
This was custom made.
Yeah, custom made. So he hits him with the Dodon Ray. Shout out to the Dodon Ray. Not enough. Frieza really made a hot line, a hot song. You know what I'm saying? Because the Dodon Ray, just a great ray, man. Just with the finger, you know what I'm saying? But again, sorry, Frieza, you had a hot line. I made it a hot song. Frieza with the finger beam to death. Just completely usurped that. So we think Goku's dead. Apparently he lived because of the Dragon Ball in his chest. And we find out the only way to get stronger is to be able to climb Korin's tower. So he climbs Korin's tower. And he meets Korin, who is a cat. This is the first time we see Korin. If you're in Dragon Ball, you know who Korin is. You accept that he's a cat. It's fine. It is what it is. There are other, humanoid animals in the show. But I'm assuming when this show came out and you found out that he was a cat, you're like, wow, he's a cat. Crazy. I'm trying to think of what it would be like in the 80s being a cat. But
yeah, being a cat in the 80s.
Come on, man. Must have been life.
I feel like they worship.
Listen, bro, 80s crack is getting dropped on the ground everywhere.
Yeah, might be in the little catnip. You know what I'm saying?
Catnip.
Listen, a little crack in it. But Reagan kitty chow. You know what I'm saying? Reaganism. But so he goes up. He says he just wants the water to drink. He's like, listen, I'm not giving you the water to drink unless you go through my trial process. So he goes in. He fights him for, I believe it's 3 days. Is it just 3 days?
Yeah.
So, shout out to Mercenary Tao, though. He was just like, I'm going to go to the tailor.
I need a new fit. You know,
I need 3 days.
This will again racist. This will take 10 days, sir. And he's just like, you have 3. Like, yes, I'm
like, didn't immerse him.
And then he gives him his fit, and he's like, "Sir, I need money for my family. It's actually
one person for you.
Many people died in creating this, immaculate fit." He's like, "One Dodon Ray for you, bitch nigga."
What's the funniest part about this? It's like he said that he's only gonna be gone for 30 minutes. And he makes this whole detour. Commander Red calls him up and is like, "Hey, where you at? I think you left for Dragon Ball." He's like, "Man, don't worry about it."
Yeah, I'm not going back to that right now.
You're like, send one of your boys and get it off the dead body there.
I will meet you in 4 days. I'm just not. I will get it to you when I get it to you.
Have my money ready.
Yeah, have my money ready when I'm there. You got 4 days. So Mercenary Tao is going to do his thing. Eventually, Goku does his training with Korin. But the training was, I guess, the friends you made along the way. It wasn't actually getting the things out of his hand. He was like, "Oh, climbing the wall gave you endurance, and then gave you strength, and this one increased your speed." I was like, "Oh, that's kind of lame. The water does nothing." Nice lore you got there. People who protected this fucking tower. You just protected regular water.
But the other lore of Master Roshi being the only one to climb the tower, and that was 300 years ago.
Yeah, it's true. And I bet he was also pissed that the shit was just regular water as well. But shout out to that. Shout out to Master Roshi also being the one to climb it. He comes back down. And does Goku beat up people before Mercenary Tao comes back? I forget the order of events for this. Or does Mercenary Tao just come back?
He just comes back.
Yeah. Oh, right. He comes back for the Dragon Ball again. He comes back for the other Dragon Ball, try to harass the little kid. And he's like, "Show me the Dragon Ball, little Indian." Or whatever racist thing that he would say.
Red dot or fire.
All right. You're going to hell. That was way too far. But he comes back, and then Goku comes back, and Goku fights him and is like, "How do you get stronger?" It's like, "I climbed the tower." So Mercenary Tao tries to climb the tower as well and tries to get all the stuff from there. He even gets his own Nimbus. Shout out to him. It's like, "I'll send you your own Nimbus cloud." Apparently, this is where the Nimbus originated.
The MVP of this entire series is Nimbus. that nigga came in clutch so many times, got destroyed, but never was actually destroyed.
Yeah, faked his own death just to get out of dodge.
Now he was like, what? It's like Nimbus Gold now. Yeah,
absolutely.
Those in 3 days.
Became a whole logo for various companies, and they probably stole that cloud and made the red cloud. That was Naruto. So Nimbus really a trendsetter right here. Goku defeats Mercenary Tao. By just kicking a bomb in his face. He tries to throw a bomb at him. The bomb actually gets kicked back at him, blows him up. We think he's dead. Tao's dead. He comes back as a robot in like 2 arcs. Or like animatronic. It was like, "I paid the best money for my robot self."
Now I'm a clanker.
Yeah. So now Goku's like, "All right, bud, we going to this Red Ribbon Army. I got to get back all my Dragon Balls." There's a Colonel Violet part. No offense. I mean, I know she's unfortunately the only woman commander in this entire thing, but she also holds no weight in this, really. And that's not our fault. But he goes into the Red Ribbon Army, heads straight on, starts beating people up. You know what I'm saying? Says, "Hey, I want the Dragon Ball." We get Commander Red finally revealing his wish for the Dragon Balls was just to become taller. Which Staff Officer Black is like, "We killed niggas because you wanted to be taller? I'm tall, and look at the position I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting next to
exactly what a tall person would say, you know.
That's exactly what a tall person would say.
Also, shout out to Obama and them for sending the the camera.
Drone? Yeah,
little drone thing. I'm telling you,
drones before we drones. Yeah.
Then it got destroyed, but
it was an idea. It was an idea before it became a thing. He fights up through the Red Ribbon Army, gets his way through, makes his way to Commander Red. Again, eventually Staff Officer Black, outraged at this incredibly ridiculous gif. You know, he gets insulted by Commander Red. I mean, Commander Red really was just like, you know, he wanted to say it, but, you know, I guess they didn't want to go that far. But Staff Officer Black is like, I'm smoking this fool. And then, you know, Straight Outta Compton started playing and, you know, all types of other stuff. You know. It really became a Spike Lee film after that. Finally, get this jive turkey out the fucking way. So now we can. This Officer Blacks. This is the Black Ribbon Army, nigga. Imagine.
I feel like this is a GD promo.
And that just starts playing in the menu. He's like, yeah, Black Ribbon Army, baby. Anyway, he puts on his suit to go fight Goku because he's trying to thank Goku, and then Goku also murks him. Listen, Officer Black is the only notable black person in this series thus far. Actually, might be the first. I forget. Listen,
I think so.
We hate what they did to you in this arc. It's black man to black man. First of all, you were seemingly dressed as a butler or some sort of servant. They got you with the ultra sambo lips. They got you dying. First of all, I mean, you're the last person to die, so it's kind of, at least you got that going for you. But we hate what they did to you in this arc. And, you know, we will be celebrating you in February, a part of our Black History celebration once we figure out what the hell we're doing for that. But shout out to, you know, Staff Officer Black. If all they have a special... Go ahead.
They could have used him in the 80s. He could have been going up against Larry Bird. He could have been going up against Kareem. He could have been doing anything else but this.
He could have been hooping. He was like, I could have been hooping overseas.
Put him in the paint, bro. Like,
we needed him. He's probably. I would not be surprised if Toriyama saw like John Staley or something along those lines, and he's like, I want one of them in my fucking, you know, my manga. I want a power forward. You know what I'm saying? Detroit Pistons power forward. I like him. Let's put him in the show. But yeah, with that, the Red Ribbon Army has been defeated. We get the Dragon Balls back. But there's still more Dragon Balls to get. And that's where it eventually enters the Fortune Teller Baba saga. But overall, I would say the Red Ribbon Army saga. Good stuff. I mean, good adventure, fun. If you like kind of a departure from your standard kind of like, I mean, it gets really standard towards the end with all the actual villains that he has to kill and beat up and all this other stuff and the training arcs and etc. But it is probably one of the more prominent like series in Dragon Ball for the Red Ribbon Army, which becomes a major fixture later down throughout the series, of course. And then also it's just like, this is centered after Goku. This is Goku becoming a hero. This is Goku becoming Goku in this arc. Like, him having to save the world or save at least the threat of this villain. This is peak Goku right here. So, you know, a great arc, a great set of sagas, as they would say. I would have 80. I'm sure you watched the Fortune Teller Baba shit.
Yeah, it's a great cap off to the series.
It is a great cap off to the series. We will get through it at some point. First of all, you started at the tournament saga, and then you went you were overachiever to the max.
Hey man, listen, this Dragon Ball is my favorite like part of Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? And this is the whole series that got me into One Piece. like the whole adventure and everything about it, and especially this part. Like I said, this is the first manga volume that I bought in this particular arc, and like just seeing the adventures that Goku goes through, man, listen, I would love to relive this anytime.
Absolutely. So thank you guys. I mean, Summer at Kame House, we kicked off with Digimon, which was an adventure. Actually, we kicked off with Yu-Gi-Oh! That was something. We kicked off with Yu-Gi-Oh! We hit Digimon.
Did we kick off with Yu-Gi-Oh?
I think we did. No,
it was
sorry.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Then
was
Solo
last
Leveling.
season. Yeah. It was we kicked off with Solo Leveling. We did not kick off with Yu-Gi-Oh! But shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that was a great time. We kicked off with Solo Leveling. Went to Digimon. What did we do after that?
I think it was Space Dandy.
Space Dandy. Incredible. Then we head over to gosh, I should know this. It's another like throwback one. Let me see. I can pull it up. We did this Space Dandy. We did Naruto. Naruto. Suppression mission. Frieren. And then now Dragon Ball Red Ribbon Army arc. And then even between that, we got some good stuff off. Chainsaw Man Part 2, Gachi Akuta, you know what I'm saying? Kaiju number 8, Sakamoto Days, which we had sparked this big debate between AD and I.
Yeah, it tore the chat apart. I was like, Jesus.
So it was great.
I'll say that. Talk to my Crunchyroll homie, Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. He agreed with me. I don't know if it's because I was there. Maybe it was just being nice.
He was nice. Hey, Kyle, hit me. You know, listen.
Yeah, probably.
He knows. He knows. He works for Crunchyroll too. Listen, man, he uses that competition.
Absolutely. So with that said, I want to thank us for another successful summer at Kame House. This has been great. I mean, it's been great to really talk about it with us three every other week about random anime and kind of get to binge it all. But I will be remiss to say I am looking forward to getting into the stuff that I've actually missed over the summer. And then we can come back around and talk about it. I feel like we can actually talk about it. I kind of want to focus on I was thinking of what we're due for the fall, and we have tentative plans, very tentative. But I also kind of do want to focus on like new stuff a little bit because we got the Demon Slayer movie coming out. You know, MHA is ending. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to shed a million. Chainsaw Man is in late October. Apparently, the Apothecary Diaries is hip hop, real hip hop. Yeah,
I'm talking about like listen, getting stabbed in the tunnel type hip hop.
Okay, in the tunnel in '97. Got you. Yeah. Shout out to you for knowing the tunnel. But so much stuff has happened, so we're looking forward to that. We're probably going to take a couple weeks break, and then we'll get right back into it. But I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and make sure you tune in for Anime NYC recap because we're going to talk about anime conventions and everything that kind of was released over this past weekend. So make sure you tune in there. But until then, don't meet us there. Beat us there. This is The Lookout. Follow us anywhere The Lookout is. Listen to us anywhere where The Lookout is. Get our YouTube numbers up. We're almost at 500 subscribers. So continue to subscribe to our YouTube page. That is pretty much where all the action kind of majority lives. Shout out to 80 on the TikTok. 80's killing it on TikTok. Free run, the free run shit did numbers. Yeah. And yeah, shout out to everything else. We will see you in a couple weeks, guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys. Stay tuned. Peace.